Welcome to the Coast to Coast podcast, hosted by Slam and Jordan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Coast to Coast podcast. I am your host, Slam Fist, with my boy, Jordan.
What up, Slam? What up, AMG?
Man, we're chilling. Coming to you, we're in season 1 of the new cycle. We're in week 4. We just advanced last night. Jordan, through 3 games, you haven't played your 4th game yet, have you?
I did.
Okay, you've played 4 games. I think I think I've seen 3 of them. You play franchise focus twice.
I stream all my games, so you can go check them all out. I stream all of them, man. Whatever you want to watch, go watch it.
Speaking of streaming, let's plug the AMG Twitch, twitch.tv/all Madden Gaming. Is it a backslash or forward slash?
Backslash.
It's a backslash. Okay. Well, twitch.tv /all Madden Gaming. You can go check out all the franchise focused AMG lives there. Even if you want to go back and watch the team selection show again, you can do that. That's usually one of the most watched videos. So, like I said, I've seen all but one of your games. I didn't see the week 4 game. I saw weeks 1, 2, and 3. So after 4 games, roughly how you feeling? How you feeling about your cycle so far? Where do you see yourself in terms of competition amongst the league?
Well, franchise focus, you can check that out. The Atlanta Falcons. It's going to be fun. Some close games, tight games, to the wire, down to the wire, some crazy finishes. So I think that's good for AMG. I like it. I love it. I think we need to stream more of our competitive games. You got to get them on there so everybody can see it and watch AMG, watch how we play. But that's what AMG is all about, showing that competition. It doesn't matter who you play. Competition can come from anywhere. So we got to put it right there on Front Street. Let everybody see what's going on.
Hey, I like it. Get all that content out there. Very cool. Well, through 3.5 weeks of the season, we were actually sent a lot of highlights, a good amount of highlights, and I can tell you as someone that is trying to make content for the league's participation is greatly appreciated. So don't just participate with this podcast. Please participate with any and all podcasts. Play Eliminator, play fantasy football, do the pick'em, do it all, because the more of us that participate in all this content that the league puts out, the better the content can be. I know that sometimes it could get a little stale if you feel like you're just speaking into the void and nobody's really listening. So please, and whether you hate the power rankings, like a lot of people didn't agree with them, but guess what? People talked about them. So that's what we're trying to do here: make content, get the league talking, push the conversation, and that way, we can all shape the narrative. So I appreciate the participation from the league. Thank you so much for sending in your clips. Keep doing it, because there was a good. It actually was a tough choice narrowing down all the clips we got to 5. And I guess with that, because I didn't even really explain what we're doing, Jordan, why don't you go ahead and tell the league what we're about to do here?
Hey man, we about to watch the top 5 plays in AMG through the first 3 weeks of the season. And so these plays, we about to put them up there so y'all can see them. A little AMG PrimeTime action. And so, yeah, this is going to be legit. You about to see some of the AMG's best and brightest stars coming alive. All right, man, we're going to start out these highlights. Week 1 in Houston, we got your boy Jonathan Taylor. He's about to take this handoff, hit the D-line, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, hides behind the D-line, and then just hits the Jets. He went 59 yards for a touchdown. That was just crazy. It's just Jonathan Taylor-esque. You can't bring that dude down with one person. You got to bring the whole army for that dude. He went on for that game, 18 carries, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns in week 1. That was nuts.
Play number 4. Tennessee Buffalo, week 2. Malik Willis, play action pass, rolls to his right, throws a strike to Austin Hooper, who outjumps Jordan Poyer and takes it 52 yards to the house. Go ahead and spike that ball, big man. That's a touchdown.
That was fire. Hey,
All
so
you, brother.
number 3 play, San Francisco, Chicago. We're in the fourth quarter. There's a minute left. It's tied 17-17. What are you going to do? You're going to hand it to Elijah Mitchell. Right up the middle. Makes a juke to the right, and he hits the burner. Chicago can't catch him, man. They can't catch him. Insane play by Elijah Mitchell to win the game. 62 yards for a touchdown. He finished that game. 15 carries, 105 yards in that touchdown. Crazy day for Elijah Mitchell.
Number 2, Houston, Indianapolis. Houston getting shut out at home in the third quarter, backed up to the 2-yard line, their own 2-yard line, shadow of their own goalposts. What do? You're going to drop back and throw it to Odell Beckham Jr. in double coverage, of course. 98 yards for the touchdown. Get on the board, Houston. Some teams didn't even score in week 1. Let's go.
Hey, man, so our number 1 play comes from week 3, Baltimore against New England. Third quarter, Baltimore's down 21-7. Game's kind of in hand. Patriots got all the momentum. What do? You go to Lamar Jackson, and he throws a strike down the right side to Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews then trucks a defender and runs all the way for a touchdown, and that sparked their comeback, and they won that game. And Mark Andrews went crazy after that 80-yard touchdown. He had 6 catches, 216 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, Mark Andrews. That's your top 5 plays, people.
What do you do as a player? You just completely get run over like that, and you give up a touch. What do you do?
You lay on the ground, you think about what went wrong. You say, hey, like I prepped all week, I did my extra reps, did extra squats, extra on the bench, took care of my body, came in ready to play, mindset was right, and then I just whiff on the tackle. And you just lay on the ground and you say, why? Why me? Why me? I'm here. I'm working hard. Why I gotta be like this? I'm on AMG top 5 plays right now, laying on the ground. This is crazy.
Oh man, who was that? Who got ran over in that clip?
I want to say like I don't. So I don't want to speculate, but I want to say it's a newly Falcon by the name of Kyle Duggar. I want to say that's Tal Duggar that kind of missed that whiffed on that tackle. That's okay. He's on his way to Atlanta. And I think that's a reason why he's on his way to Atlanta. It's because of that one play right there. He got shut off. And you know what he said too? He kind of came in the locker room and said, hey, you know what? You guys got to trade me. I cannot stay here.
Yep,
not after that. They about to put me on live TV, AMG TV. I can't stay here, y'all. Trade me now. Now.
So please, everyone, if you want to be featured on AMG Top 5, send in your clips. We will. I mean, if you want your team talked about, send it in because we'll talk about it. If you think it's good, chances are we'll think it's good too. Might not be good enough to crack the top 5, but we enjoy any and all clips. And hey, we don't discriminate. If we get enough goofy looking plays, maybe we'll do an AMG not top 5.
Oh, I like that, Slam. Okay,
yeah, maybe. So yeah,
like
if you think it's goofy enough, go ahead, send it in. If we once we get enough of them, we'll throw something fun out there for y'all. But now let's transition from something fun to something that's very divisive. It's split the league right down the middle. Let's talk about these power rankings, shall we?
Week 4, man. We in week 4. So let's talk about these power rankings, bring these power rankings up. As soon as you see these power rankings, the first team that I see up here that took the biggest leap, 22 spots.
Really took the league by storm. Really,
undefeated. And beat the Super Bowl favorite Bengals week 1.
Man,
that's crazy.
That's enough to propel you to Super Bowl stardom yourself, right?
Hey, man. I mean, come on now. Hey, these Pittsburgh Steelers, man, they not playing. They already done said, hey, we coming out. The first thing I heard, as soon as I dropped the preseason power rankings, the first team I heard from was the Steelers. And they said, whoa. Why are we in the low 20s? Like, why are we in the late 20s? What's going on here? We don't belong there. And I said, prove it. And they said, okay. They came out and had 2 straight 40-point games. Blew their teams out the water week 2, week 3. That 11-6 game was kind of ugly week 1. I was kind of skeptical about that. But I don't know. We'll see. Week 4, they play the Jets. So that'll be a good little matchup to see the Jets and the Steelers play. And we'll see where they rank after that.
So, like I said, the power rankings were really divisive, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say. People weren't happy with where they were. People thought certain people were too high, certain people were too low. I mean, at what point do we realize, hey, nobody had played a game. You kind of got to just throw some stuff at the wall, so to speak, and hope it sticks. And I believe you said it. The power rankings are going to work themselves out. Eventually, after a couple of games, people are going to start to fall and land exactly where they're supposed to. So, and I think that this, yes, and I think that it's evidenced by week 4. Some of the teams that, you see some pretty high green numbers there. You see the Seattle Seahawks jumping 12 spots. You see the Titans jumping 7. Yeah,
it's crazy.
We talked about the Seahawks.
You tried to tell me about the Seahawks, and I said, hey, man, the Seahawks ain't about to sit here and go crazy.
The Seahawks just
they shut me up.
They just traded for a quarterback, I believe.
What's going on with that, Slam? So can we just talk about that trade real quick? So you have Drew Lock. He has 6 touchdowns on the season, 1 interception. It's 3-0. Just beat some pretty good teams. Just was features on Franchise Focus. Won his team the game with some pretty good late game throws. But yet you bring in a quarterback, and then you pay a handsome prize for this quarterback, a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick for a quarterback that, is this the quarterback of the future, or is he sitting behind Drew, or what's going to happen against Detroit? I'm confused.
Well, when you look at a guy like Davis Mills is doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not really going to make too many deep throws, but that's kind of the game that Seattle doesn't want to play that game anyway. Seattle wants to keep it intermediate, keep it short. And in terms of, say that one more time.
I said with DK, you got DK on the squad. I'll be trying to
absolutely, but you have to. Yeah, I mean that's what most of us would do, but you have to understand who's on the sideline holding the clipboard, calling the plays.
Hey,
DK, 3-0. They are winning, and hey, I knew it would happen, and I really do think that Davis Mills is going to play to the strengths of that offense, exactly what that offense wants to do. And hey, when DK is there and DK is open, I do not doubt that Davis Mills will give him a shot. So Seattle Seahawks jumping up, 12 spots? Jumping up 12 spots into the top 5. New quarterback. I'm real interested to see how they finish down the stretch. The Titans, they jumped 17 spots.
Have you seen Willis play? I mean, we just saw the top 5 plays, but that wasn't the only highlight play he had. I had another one too. Didn't make the top 5. And Willis he's been going crazy over there in Tennessee. That dude, I don't know what's going on in Tennessee, but they got Willis playing, and they're winning 3-0 to start the season.
Yeah, I'm into it. Let's see, got another. We highlighted, the Steelers started off jumping 22 spots. Got another team that jumped 12 spots, the Jacksonville Jaguars, surprising a lot of people early on in the season. The Texans jumping 9 spots, the Vikings jumping 8 spots. So teams teams are off to some better starts than you or I anticipated, and I like that personally. You know, I'm not. It gets stale when we start calling the same team names over and over again. So I'm excited with how everything's going. One team that didn't jump or didn't fall, they were exactly where we thought they would be, the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think anybody is surprised there. Let's talk about some of the teams that fell, shall we?
Oh man!
Any teams? Some teams that fell double-digit spots.
Yeah. The first thing I'm looking at is Buffalo. And I mean, did you see the stinker that they had against the Dolphins?
The stinker.
Josh Allen had 6 interceptions. Case Keenum had to come in and relieve him. When after you throw that 5th one, I would say it's probably time to sit. We probably not gonna win this game. Let's just get ready for the next one. And I'll put Keenum in. But they let him throw a 6th one. 6 interceptions in one game. That's a tough one for Josh Allen. My potential MVP, he done fell down the rankings quite a bit. Those Buffalo Bills, that's a division game too. That's a tough one. But the good thing about division games, you play 2 of them. So you kind of fell short in one. It's time to, dust yourself off, get back up. Let's go out and play the next one. Let's come out bigger and better, stronger.
Absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly. This is going into week 4, so you've probably only played 3 games at this point. You got 14 more. Nobody. I don't think anybody ever won a Super Bowl in week 1, 2, or 3. So, I wouldn't be shocked if these week 4 power rankings were completely different than our week 8 power rankings. I don't think anybody would be shocked there. Could see some other notable fallers. Cincinnati Bengals, Super Bowl favorite of this show. They dropped 5 spots after losing a tough one to the Steelers. They've since rebounded and won 2 games. The Las Vegas Raiders kind of fell out of that mid-tier. I think we had them. Let's see, they dropped 10 spots to 23, so they were at 13.
Raiders, man. I
did too, actually.
Raiders. And they're coming out, and I don't. Come on, guys. Let's pick it up. Y'all know better than this record.
I'm as a lifelong Raider fan. There's some issues with that defense. I think there's some players that are playing out of position, and if you're not too familiar with that roster or what's going on, you may or may not be able to put the pieces in the right place. So that's a tough job over there trying to work that defense around. There's definitely talent on the defense. It's just whether or not you can put it in the best position to succeed. And I don't think that's a job for everybody.
Well, I need Carr not to throw 5 picks either. I need him to find Devontae Adams as early as he can and as often as he can, and then hit Darren Waller, please. You have too many weapons on offense not to be putting up points. So let's do this, Vegas. Come on, let's pick it up. Y'all got this.
I don't think that. I think Derek Carr is a bottom 10 AMG quarterback. I don't think that's
bottom 10.
Bottom 10 AMG quarterback. You heard it here first. I think the second the Raiders can move on from Derek Carr, whether it be a rookie, whether it be a vet, he's out.
All right, Slam. Can they bounce back against the Broncos week 4 or what?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. They can absolutely bounce back. They more than likely will bounce back.
Okay. And then
the only way they don't bounce back,
Monday night.
The only way they don't bounce back is if Derek Carr is Derek Carr. So,
come on, he got too many weapons to be Derek Carr. He needs to be better than Derek Carr.
He needs to be better than Derek Carr, but I think it's hard. It's hard for Derek Carr to be better than Derek Carr.
Well, all right, you got me there.
And then the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears immediately turned the league upside down when they traded Justin Fields. And as someone that covers the league and what's going on in the league from an insider perspective and on this podcast, when I see Justin Fields traded for 3 players and I have to open my phone to figure out who they are.
Come on, Slam. I knew who they were. Don't do that.
No, I'm talking about me. Maybe I live under a rock. Maybe I'm maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not reading the same material that you're reading. I don't know. I'm not doing my research or whatever it is.
Davenport is, man. Davenport's
I say
a good defensive end. He's a good defensive end, man. You know these guys are.
There's a lot. There's a lot of top tier AMG football. And I must be hanging out over there. There's a neighborhood in the AMG that doesn't reach that other one, and maybe I'm not in that one. So maybe I need to do a little bit more research myself. But like I said, when the trade first came across I had to go look and do it. And you're right. The talent, it definitely wasn't one sided. The Bears definitely got talent, but I mean, like I said, I tweeted about it.
Yeah,
the Bears must know something.
They're growing for the future, and they've got 2 stars in the offensive line, a guard and a center. Those 2 are going to be interior fronts for them for a while. And then on the defensive end, they needed a pass rush, and so that's why they went out and got Marcus Davenport as well. All 3 of those guys, do they equal Justin Fields and the impact that he makes offensively? No. But I believe the Bears were confident that they can move on from Fields and gain another quarterback here in the future. Darnold's not it, obviously, but moving towards the draft, they probably figured that they have an eye on a few prospects, or maybe in free agency they might have something. But for right now, they felt like Justin Fields needed to move on.
I have a special guest. My daughter's just walked in.
Hey man, my kids just walked in too. Yeah.
they just walked away. But no, you're absolutely right. I'm Marcus Davenport. You're right. He might not make the immediate impact that you would have seen from a Justin Fields, but as we know, the AMG has kind of shifted from an offensive game to a defensive game. So long term, he actually might have more of an impact, and he might make more of a difference to that Bears team. But
for sure.
They're definitely, the Chicago Bears definitely playing chess, not checkers, as Bomber likes to say.
Yeah, they always do. They're always in that chess game, man.
Yes. So your Week 4 power rankings: Baltimore Ravens up top, the Denver Broncos rounding out at number 32. Make some moves, people. Win some games. Move yourself up on this list. Try not to move down. I'm going to try to do my hardest to increase my ranking as well. But here it is, Week 4. Let's get to talk about it. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to see your plays, your highlights, your bloopers. We want to see it all. Send it to us. Please fill our inbox. We got way more than we could have hoped for this first time. Let's try to double that this next time.
For sure. Love it.
So, once again, from the East Coast to the West Coast and back again, I am Slam Fist with my boy Jordan.
All right, y'all.
I was leaving you the opening.
Hey.
All righty, we're out of here. We'll see you guys on the next one. This was episode 3. Thanks.
Peace.